where does this passion and work ethic come from?
Moonlight Studios, it's built for the city.
Range of imagination.
It's because it's a sandbox.
How do you assess Toronto?
Toronto's the most talented place in North America.
Why do you work so hard?
We're partnered with our clients and we're trying to grow with them.
Quite the talented individual. We were at your studio, Moonlight Studios, represent. I just see a lot of projects being worked on and on the way. I'm curious, like, how did you get into possession of Moonlight Studios? Like, how was this always like kind of in your plan to own a studio for yourself?
You know, when I did my own personal productions here in Toronto, I ran into many issues during production where I had to rent multiple studios. I had to, when I rented a studio, I had many issues in the studio where it really didn't fit, you know, the project, and had many things I had to do additionally on set.
Right.
Wasted lots of time. And especially, like, you know, when I was an indie filmmaker and I had to do, you know, find the studio location, build the lighting, build the sets. It was a very complicated process, and it was very hard. So I decided to kind of create a facility where all of my problems are solved.
Interesting.
And from my experience. So, and hopefully it's, you know, other people's problems, and I can help other people solve these problems. So, you know, the facility is a 4-in-1 facility. We call it a 4-in-1 facility because, you know, we have a huge soundstage void. You know, we have a huge cyclorama, all in one space, all in one rental.
Right.
That's always one of my problems, where I had to go from studio to studio on productions just to get, you know, cyclorama look, and then drive an hour to another studio just to get a black void look. And that would kill like a lot of my budget, kill lots of time. And now with my studio, you can come in, get 2 looks in one, and also it's all pre-lit, so like you're not even coming in with
That's what I noticed.
It's like,
yeah,
it's all,
yeah, I noticed that too. That's fantastic. And I love the idea that you mentioned that you kind of brought the creative industry to you, you know, like you wanted a space where you're in control, you know, because the right creatives, you know, I was telling Joe about this, the projects that I'm on, you don't want to have control for audacious reasons. You want to have control because of the belief in yourself. You know what I mean? What did you think about the studio, Joe?
Man, great space. I think it's multi-use. I like the fact that you can do, I mean, you even have the green room. I'm new to all this film stuff, right? Like I literally like directed my first short doc 5 days ago.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was really cool.
Oh, yeah, I was on that.
I never, he was on. I've never been in the studio though. They like, I do like kitchen stuff and food stuff. So like more on site, but like that was really cool. And for me, I can see a lot of opportunity to create a wide range of imagination, for sure.
Yeah, like it. You know, other studios, they have like all these like pre-built looks, pre-built sets. And in my opinion, it's like those are the studios where you shoot once and you don't come back.
Yeah.
You know, ours is a empty blank canvas. It's a sandbox. And you build and assemble your specific desired look. It has to be exactly the way you like it, because you have the flexibility, but it can be as different as you want it from other productions.
Yeah.
You can be as unique as you want in the studio with, you know, all the creativity. You have all the tools, materials, you have all the lighting there. It's already ready for you. You just have to really come into the studio with imagination, you know, and a work ethic, and make it look unique and the way you want it. You know, other studios is like you have this one look, it looks really great, but once you're filming it and you're done, you move on, and then you're never come back to it.
Yeah.
So that's why I built my studio in a way it's like it's a little bit more sustainable with business as well, because a lot of our productions, you know, every single production is completely different, so nobody even knows how our studio looks, because it's like, why is there a forest here, and why is there a pool here, and then why is it raining, and then why is there a car inside? It's like, it's because it's a sandbox.
Yeah.
The clients come in with their imagination, and then they make it happen at the studio.
Yeah, I like that. How long have you been in the business?
Well, I'm in the problem solving business.
Yeah. Okay.
That's basically what it is. It's not like, at this point, it's not even like a studio business. It's like, you know, productions come to us with, you know, a specific look, specific desire, specific project. and we're there to make it happen and solve all their problems. And the studio is one of our biggest problem-solving tools because of how we built it, assembled it, the structure it has. It just shooting there, you're cutting away half of your problems you didn't even think would happen on set, you know?
Yeah, we experienced that with the Shogun shoot, Shadow Dalstra. Yeah, it's fantastic, and I don't even know if I don't think I shared that with you, but there's just a lot of you see what I'm talking about, behind the scenes footage and photos we've taken. That lighting was impeccable, you know, the lighting and everything like that. I even told you, like, I'm even interested in shooting a dance music video in there, you know, instead of doing the run and gun on the street. You know what I mean? Like, add a little bit of that professionalism which Moonlight Studios can offer.
Yeah.
I noticed very observant, you know, obviously as a creative, there's like photos of like Director X and like various rappers. Were those people that use the studio already, or are those people that like the studio admires?
So at our studio we have a Hall of Fame. It's a hall that goes from the main stage to the makeup room.
Right.
And in that hall we have all the people that have done projects at the studio. And yeah, we're trying to fill it up. Luckily, we've only been active for a year and a half, and we've had many really cool creatives and many talented people shoot at the studio. And a lot of people that are also inspired. A lot of people that are very inspired by other people. So we kind of make a huge wall in the Hall of Fame just to kind of show off our clientele. Unfortunately, we ran out of frames, so we're actually missing like half of Hanover.
That's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
So,
what's the coolest thing that's been shot there? You don't have to say the name or anything.
No, I mean, I love seeing how multifunctional the studio is. Like we had a podcast. I think it's like a talks episode with 19 Keys and Director X.
Yeah.
And 19 Keys flew in here from LA. He did an entire sold out show, and then he came to the studio for like a more personalized, like one-on-one like show here, and it was like at the studio. It was like really cool. We set up an entire like rows of chairs and made it into like a theater and stuff, and like at the end of the shoot he got a tattoo at the studio. They shot a video and like photos. Is like that's literally what the studio's meant for. It's you come in and you can do everything you want.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, like you're saying, open sandbox. And curious, like any projects on the rise, anything you can discuss? You guys are going to explore Moonlight Studios?
I think at the studio we're very driven by the actual seasons of the film industry and entertainment industry.
Right.
So like for example, right now we're in commercial season. So we have many commercials, like car commercials, and beverage commercials, all this kind of stuff. So we're packed up with like product shoots, car commercials like Lexus, and we have a Gatorade commercial next week, and it's really cool because they come in like a big crew, and like they do these crazy elaborate shots for this like 1 second. It's like it's insane. But like for example, last month was a lot of short films, for example. In the summer, it's a lot of super creative, like experimental videos. So it's kind of a seasonal thing as well, where it's like, in a sense where like the projects really kind of change. Mm-hmm. And, that's kind of where our crew also adapt to the seasons as well, and kind of rearrange the studio for those kind of projects. If it's like more for like music videos, we would make sure we're stocked up with lots of variety of props. If it's like commercials, we have all these like if it's like kitchen commercials, we'll buy all this culinary stuff, all the kind of stuff. So it's
to make it adaptable. Yeah, exactly. I let you, and that's awesome, man. Like, I don't know, I'm just kind of a low key jealous because imagine if I had a studio, what I would do, right? Like
you'd be a one, dude.
Yeah, 100%. But I'm just like, I admire you, man. Like I said, you're fairly young, and you already have a studio going on. But it's also, great for business. But it's an education. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you were popping in and out of that green room. That's how we got acquainted and got to know each other, because I saw you like observing and taking BTS. It was kind of cool actually, right? Because like being the owner, you're still like a kid in a candy store, right? Like, yo, what's this? This is sick, right?
Yeah, it's like, like I've learned so much from owning the studio. Like I've learned so much more about film by having, right now we have 1 to 3 productions a day,
I believe,
at the studio.
Yeah,
We're packed up,
awesome.
packed up, and it's like, it's so cool because I know how to now organize an event.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to film a product commercial. I know how to remove the reflections off a car. It's like I'm getting all of the YouTube tutorials ever packed into one experience,
Yeah,
and I'm getting like I can, as a studio owner, I can come in and I can also help out. I can be part of the production. It's like I'm getting some pretty fun of a hands-on experience.
Some of the best in the industry, right? Or at your front door kind of thing.
Exactly.
That's wild to hear. I remember before the podcast we were talking, and you wanted to discuss the whole the film scene in Toronto. I was born in Toronto, proud to be from Toronto, and I want to do a lot for the city and represent that in film. Almost like how Drake did that for music. Say what you will about the man, but Toronto wasn't like this when I was growing up. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't in the mainstream. It wasn't in the public eye. And I just want to know from your take, being in the industry, like, how do you assess Toronto? Like, what do you gauge from it? Do you think it's a city on the rise, like it's going to continue trajectory, or is it, just an affordable place for the Americans to film?
I think before, Toronto was a place where it's like a great starting ground, and like you start your career, you start to grow, and then you go to LA, kind of thing. Like, I think that's what people really like thought. It's like Toronto's like step 1, and then LA is step 2 and 3. Like, that's like the next steps.
Yeah.
But it's kind of shifting now, where people in Toronto are creating their brands here, elevating themselves, and building their business here, and staying here because of the amazing brands we have here, the amazing people we have here. Toronto's the most talented place, I think, in North America. It's just insane. Toronto's a little bit more undeveloped in the creative industry because of how much untapped opportunity there is here.
Yeah.
And for example, in LA or Atlanta or New York, it's there's so much competition. It's very hard to become a successful creative here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But here, there's lots of support. Everyone's hustling and rising. So like you can really rise with a brand and a team here, and like really make a big contribution to the city.
There's a bunch of room for tons of creators. And you gotta hustle. Like, you gotta work hard. You gotta get there. And just like following up with that, like at 15, did you know you wanted to do this? And like, I mean, there's no way in the world that you don't work hard. So why do you work so hard?
Why do I work hard?
Why do you work so hard? You're young. You got a production studio. I mean, that's not that you work hard. You gotta work hard for that.
Yeah.
I
mean, to start off, like, as a base, like I came here from Belarus.
Yeah.
And I used to live in Belarus and Russia, and there is really no opportunity. And it's very, very hard to accomplish something.
Yeah.
And it's also extremely, it's also very expensive to buy lots of all this gear and, experiments because, you can't afford it. So, when we came to Canada, seeing all this opportunity, seeing all this untapped opportunity, for me, it's like, it would feel like untapped potential. Like, there's just so much that you can do that I didn't have an option to do back home. So for me, it's like, I can't just watch this go by. I really want to experience everything. I want to do everything because I can, because I have the flexibility of of doing it here. Back home, it's like you're completely controlled. You can't start a business like the one I have now.
So there's a hunger.
Yeah.
There's like, I mean, I've never lived in a country like that kind of suppresses ideas and thoughts, but like, I read stories and like, there's tons of creative people around the world that don't have particular opportunities. So what you're saying is there's a hunger to kind of just achieve these things, and like, that's not really hard work for you. That's just like achieving the goals that you want.
Just knowing that it's already easier here just makes it like just significantly more interesting, like just like less risk for me.
Yeah.
It's this is really the place to work hard.
Yeah.
Like trust me, like this is the place and time to work hard, because you can actually achieve what you want without having a wall between you and without people telling you what to do.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that you come from a past that kind of like humbles you in a way where you appreciate, the fortune that you have because, again, someone that grew up in Toronto and, I was born in Toronto but grew up in Vaughan, like you grow around a lot of people that are middle class, upper middle class. They don't talk like yourself, all right? But you just work hard and you exude that work ethic. Like, do you see yourself still working in Toronto in the foreseeable future, or do you see yourself, like you mentioned, like picking up and going to Los Angeles?
I love this city. Like, I love Toronto, and I just keep seeing all this untapped potential. And I think in the future, like, my goal every year is double up. Yeah. It's like I want to increase everything by 2x. I want to do better, bigger, faster.
Nice.
And, same with my studio, same with my rental house, same with my production house, same with my team. I want to increase my team. I want to increase my business and, create more opportunity for people and also create more opportunity for my team. One thing about Moonlight Studios is it's built for the city. It's built for the city of the creators. It's not a business in the sense of for money.
Right.
We do productions for like full time. This is really a place for creators to have an opportunity to have high-end, like access to high-end equipment, high-end facility at an affordable price.
Yeah.
We want, at Moonlight Studios, we want people to that are coming in with like smaller to medium budgets to have the high budget look. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to have our clients time travel in a way where they can come in, they can create insanely high quality videos, and they're going to be on the same like level as other high quality videos.
Yeah.
So they're time traveling their career up. And like,
it. Yeah.
And our goal, with Moonlight Studios, you're saying what's our future? Our goal is to also grow with our clients.
Right.
We're not just providing you a space, we're kind of partnering with you. So, we're providing you the space with all these setups and lighting and also consultation and help, with our team. So we're trying to grow with our clients because this is a studio really for the creators, for, people that want to just become the next best thing. We're just trying to escalate that and make it way easier.
Yeah, I like that, man. You're supporting the community. You're giving them the angle. I mean, that's kind of like what, Creators Club's all about too. It's just kind of the same vibe. So we both vibe on that, like it's really cool because there's a lot of creative people out there that look at the budgets of some of these major places and then just like, it takes away from them a little bit. But if you can give somebody who's willing to do all the hard work, I like that, man. It's really cool.
Because in reality, like, let's say we have a small budget client that comes up to us, and we obviously businesses want to work with higher budgets, but we think very long term. Mm-hmm. We think like, okay, if we can help this small budget client out, help grow their career, help elevate them to the next level, later on they're going to get these higher budget clients and they're going to come back to the people that really help them. Yeah. And then we're going to convert them. Like I said, we're a partner with our clients and we're trying to grow with them.
They'll remember you. I really admire that. And I think it's so important. And it's imperative, the community support. We talk about that a lot. Joe here is a chef. And we talk about the restaurants that are the most successful. It's because of that community support, whether it's fellow chefs in the business or your actual local community that chooses to, pay at your restaurant. I just, speaking with you on this podcast and learning more about your craft and the Moonlight Studios, I need to know, like, where does this passion and work ethic come from?
I don't know. I think, like, I just have, like, pretty ambitious goals. Mm-hmm. And, when you make these ambitious goals, they're nothing without the path you kind of create to get to those goals. And I kind of really just broke it down to how much effort and how much work I have to do to get to those goals. It turns out it's a lot.
Yeah.
So, of course, it looks like I'll be in the grind for a while.
Yeah. It's not easy, man.
When you say it's a grind, any obstacles, any challenges that really stick out to you or that you're proud that you overcame?
I mean, there's problems every single day. luckily we're in the problem solving business.
100%.
So we're naturally problem solving this.
Yeah.
I think what's helping me a lot is building an amazing team, a great team that I can work along with, and grow the multiple projects we're working on together. It's very difficult to, do a project by yourself. So when you grow a team, prepare your team for a certain project and a scope, like that's, they can help solve some of the problems that are coming in, and you're helping, solve the bigger problems. At the end of the day, it's like you're actually literally just solving problems. That's your main goal. Right. Because if there weren't any problems, you'd be okay.
It's 100%.
Yeah, problem solve. That's what you said. You solve problems. I like that, man.
Anything for yourself that you're working on that you want to talk about, or anything you're excited about? Or is there anything you aspire to make? Like for me, I'm trying to I think I talked about this at the Moonlight Studios, that I'm transitioning from shorts to features, which is an ambition on its own. Any goals you're setting for yourself, or is the studio your focus right now?
Yeah, I have this really cool project I'm working on, and
nice.
It's been in the works for a while, and once it launches, it'll be very exciting. But my goal with all my businesses is to give back to the community,
right?
And help other people, grow. I think that's my mindset. How I'm going to grow is I'm going to build an entire huge team of people that I've helped before, and once they grow, we all grow together, kind of thing. That's my mentality.
Dope.
So I really wanted to get into the education space and start educating the youth in film, creative entrepreneurship, the arts, mostly actually creative entrepreneurship, because a lot of people learn how to do photography, but they don't know how to market themselves, or learn how to become videographers, but they don't know how to get the clients.
Huge need for that.
Yeah. And, I want to create a creative industries, creative entrepreneurship course and program and school where we can, get the youth and teach them ways, and also they can also work. You work with our clients at the studio, get all this amazing high end hands-on experience. Like I said, I want to teleport them into their goals. Teleport them and save them so much time. A lot of people go into film school, a lot of people go into these universities, wasting 4 years. But in reality, if you can get the right experience with the right people, and the right mentorship, you can start now.
Yeah,
yeah, it's awesome.
That's what I want to do. I just want to do an education kind of platform space.
That's the best way to build a team, is educating.
Mm-hmm.
You can really build a massive team if you teach people, and you'll run into a couple of people that want to take it on, and you can mentor them and help them grow. I mean, that's how some of the greats do it. So
it's also a lot. I think it's I want to have a larger impact at scale. I think that's where it's going to really play in. If I can really grow that and scale that a lot better than just servicing for certain filmmakers at a certain time at the studio. I think with education, you can really scale and impact a significantly wider range of people.
Yeah.
What I admire about you is your unique outlook on life. Most filmmakers or people in your position would kind of be I'm using this to get to this place, and I want to make my films like myself, the way I was talking. But you have this whole social responsibility in a way where you're trying to look out for your community. And I think that's really admirable and noble. So I commend you for that, Sav.
Yeah, I mean, if you look out for the community, they'll look out for you when you know.
Facts, yeah.
100%. I love that attitude. Yeah, that's an attitude a lot of, if not all, creatives should have. So on that note, Sava, thank you so much for coming in. Being on the podcast. We'll definitely, hope to see you soon. Joe, anything else?
That Moonlight Studios film to shoot a short I got in mind. I got ideas, man. They just pour out of my pores.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate you. I learned a lot. This show basically is all about sharing stories that can help others. I really wanted to be a positive outlet. I'm sure down the road we'll have some controversial stuff, but it's mainly just to focus on helping people. And this conversation, I'm sure will help someone that maybe want to be you one day. So thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And we'll see you at Moonlight Studios.
On the other side. Yeah, that's the move.
That's the move. Peace.
All right, see you.
Peace, guys.